Be say Chef Smith, Shatawale Legon, TF Hall, Show, Baswa, One Stoneboy, in some Binti, Show Nambaso. When ye ba kunye mienu, Ubewuna investors, to me, organize show, Mekai Salafes. Baba Sidik organize show. O se Shatawale kobo or ne Stoneboy kobo. Yes, Shatawale was so there, Stoneboy so mbo and no one bebre. A kwambe so and as creatives, you bet me a position you near attract investors because they be a system in him. I day you know you invest to creatives in him until ubewuna obi a creative person. When you do baby no niska crowd the ADD. Nothing never jiska the command a problem. Mamisha Senfi Sami Mamisha Senfi on wire rasta. Mamisha Senfi. Mamisha Senfi Sami Rasta. Sami Misamo Wakwaba.
You chair at your phone, you know. This is one of the biggest problem we have in the industry. Say you beat me a lot of investors are more be who the potential in field but sometimes you can't blame the people that are supposed to invest but rather your industry how do we actually understand a jumana kasana and where do we want to position the industry from our point? Because if I am an investor, na mete radio achi, na artist interview, na artist kase minya $40,000 ame lebe kwa kotomo na mababe investe. Artist almost say umunye ska fesi fie na fa bi toka ne nsase no na ukọ fomo a ti ukọ fomo a wa amre. First of all, the first statement no me make and say or the bekwa akoto rice no che say ono ankasa no
and that's no woman
believe in investing back. The second one, on also on the unya or the BC da to talk, and so chair me say longevity, yen believe in it, and say if I am sitting back as an investor, now all the betumen nim say we artist A D $300,000, $200,000. Me sure won't be mystery. Men I mean coffee me see commission. Whilst one kasakra position who to do this music for the rest of your life because you think say a season until no born to a certain extent who gave us this kind of mentality as creatives? When am I in that mentality when a bottler is getting to how many years?
Yeah, go super form
and you have upcoming artists who have it in mind say ne brenientino when yes kana so did be to and niema reinvesting it onto one kasani neyimuno onye. So in this case we cannot attract investors because they don't see the potential in we need to position ourselves very well.
Yeah. And the question comes, how do we position ourselves to attract them?
And no make we should maybe
yeah.
Maminusu example.
Okay.
There's an actor, Chichiku. Ofri Kumasi about a project be na me ye man.
Yeah.
So menene papa man me bahe. And I was telling him say position Chichikua take in the film industry now. In 2 years time he will become one of the biggest film producers in Ghana.
Wow.
Because the young guy who say skit making no more and the type of viewers he wants to graduate from that side, you know, to into proper filming. And only idea higher say we will reinvest whatever we made to better our craft to a certain position. Until when you go or babe ton for be your friends say moving skit making they are still doing the same thing, but the guy is moving to a different level. Watch a movie a premiere now, he is shooting a proper series, and now so they call YouTube to or upgrading.
So we should be able to.
So we should be able obi autonom sabi to be very honest, my mean you so obi say Kimpaluta. Kimpaluta was underground, and I say was a year for almost 17 years. Nyamia boy and the music na wudi tutu kwan wudi nyesika wudi be toy. If you tell me you cannot invest sikana when you into your own music again to better it up, then I don't understand. Because a music, you know, and our position where you are now. So if we have the idea to reinvest the area, no say the baby bit me a coy more and kabay now Kagana music crano, even though they are doing it individually in community say by now omoko. But idea say a trim a start from the mind. Say make them obi babanti make them obi babanti make them. Why is Sarkodie over 15 years still relevant? Ask yourself. Why are some artists no so time Shatawale is not playing if I say make us a monster hit, but he is playing shows every day. Why? Because the guy feels he will be there. Obia Beba, he still be there. So he is doing whatever it takes to make him more relevant. Na yin saadie ni free trim say ubetwam o Ghana de wa ba 5 years ubetwam ntino o ya ade a na yetufo say sika no menhwe na mfa sika no emma me share yinum sa na odi shema emma. That's what we say.
Yeah.
Nti odi shema emma no why no mfa ne de me shema ne mra.
Yeah.
Why no mfa shema ne mra. So they are not investing in the investors, no, they are not investing. And to wrap up, no, investors no so are more you doing so most of them don't want to learn the business. So he doesn't know much about the business, not musically shame. Until you
invest and that's a at least you employ people or more professionals.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Even the people that you are going to employ at the Indian and Kofu Bebe, this Kabira industry, no matter or fan Kofu team, Omudis Kanidi Yedia, Uncle Siag.
Yeah.
No, know what you want to invest because the CI, so percent we are cement business. On shada on 50 precope and call without making sure so obey visibility studies to know where to sell, where to, all those things. And you know, sir, why you arguing sell person right creative no media? Any nyan to boise? Nesuya.
And so why invest?
Of course.
Okay.
Suya near my be a position to the extent say you employ somebody, you know what the person is supposed to deliver.
Okay.
For you.
All right.
And none a bit me a boy am I to me both for free artists no and free investors no so a corner and all these things happen.
All right. Something was an alternative. Bright, the picture.
General.
The picture man.
But that's it. Nah, you're quite awesome.
Like I'm quite awesome. Who picture?
Jira, you say you're sure yourself now. It's a foundational issue. Nti oshe creative art space in Ankasankasana. It is not an end in itself. It is a means to an end. So oko baby to say socialist and communist states government nana sponsor the creative arts for their own propaganda and their own media gimmicks. Then when you come to the capitalist states now, corporations and the sponsor creative arts, as a means to make their money back. It offer a very popular record label. Record label will be Atlantic, Spaceship, Wine, Omuninano. Omo corporations are omumumska and the scouted talents.
Okay.
So this is what happens. You sign a 360 deal. Or your talent, wait me, I am my na jidin. Near Mauska, to fee, to car, near PBR. Unya yomona, and yom near company in a Japan forever. Say, nyum nijidin, ubebo show. A dina bekwako show room, theater, no, a corporation media. The corporation media BlackRock. A dina kobo show room near corporation media. Because a wu show no, ube tuya theater neka. So BlackRock is making money from you paying for the theater. Now when you usika from the gate proceeds now obejino.
Okay.
And the corporation will still have your record label will still have a percentage from that proceeds now obejino. And then the corporation now or sponsor record label no will still take their percentage from that proceeds.
If you more neighbor.
So and then beton there was a theater no on that day now will pay money to the corporation because on a theater near the theater artist in there.
Okay.
So this is how they make money. And that is why creative arts very lucrative and very popular in those areas. Because a man for him say or the disika shema obinya disika back through this and this and this and that means. And then it promotes business. A man say corporation be AC theater or him say misi theater. Now say within the year me born musicians 5 menya misika for the year. Me tuya administrators or theater onina for the year. Oba ye han say we don't have that situation. Kobo or talent and oko studio. Sound engineer no studio hono. Okosua wo obi ase, sa obi ni susua wo obi ase. Enti foundational and theoretical information knowledge na ye dey mixing yom na nkasa ayira in the course of apprenticeship no. Nia sound engineer ni ma ne say o the reverb eto so na set to 3.2 e ya adwuma. But nyeti a yede reverb to voice so a man o set to 3.2 e adwuma no onim. Enti anyum bia voice bia oba obema o set reverb 3.2. It will say at the end of the day no anyum no nia efi side bi ba no it is not really up to standard. In fact, but then sometimes talent is talent. Se nipa no otronwom no na e de e okroma no na demo e hete e Benedicta ne ayi patapanyum one corner. Those songs were demos, but they were huge hits in the country. One corner was actually a global hit. Yeah. You understand? So talent is talent. Once in a while, ubetimi aye nyum bi ebia production wise no enye quality dia but ebefa. Once afa no musician no ko studio no koye nyum no ono ankasa the knowledge or about business ye den onimo he. When you go to these record labels, there are PhD holders working as accountants. It was a record label ni. And you know, on ni baby or say scan fiba or so ni baby or say scan or the scammer or the or this scammer, and you know where he's going to get the money back. So at the end of the day, they are running a serious investment and a serious business over there when it comes to the creative arts, and they are using it as a means to get whatever infrastructure to the extent that these corporations even own prisons. They influence some of their artists to make sure that people will go into prison so that the government will pay those prisons.
Like seriously?
Oh yes, there are private prisons in America. It is owned by the corporations. So they influence the black American rappers to make music that will promote crime. When they go to prison, the government will pay the private prison for now corporations don't run the private prisons, and that's how they are making their money. A business, and that's how they are making their money. But honey, you be waha. You to me, you bet me, say. You find this food company. I think I say system in here, because the whole kind of system, no. A system, a system. I understand. Yeah. That is why in the beginning of my submission, I said it's a foundational problem. Yeah. So we need the policies and then we need the theories to understand some of these things, so that obite na relugu no ye adwuma as a sound engineer. Education na nia ote New York or they make senyum no so the same information they make senyum more, so that when the song comes it is all on equal pedestal, and nyom no a quality from Narelugu, a quality from Tema, a quality from New York. Then when these policies have been set right, that is when we can make our money. But see, the need to say, we are treating creative art as an end in itself, and then no because as an end in itself, it can't fetch you a lot. It is when you use it to get something, that is when you get infrastructure.
Okay,
that is the issue.
All right, Mami Sawa, Mami Brown, so na yentio so Bright Mesa and not so kasa. Mami Sawa yentio.
London amedase. Say you can a radio presenters promotai a discuss about creative. London, you are one of them because creative no acquire adebia artists any presenters are na yede edikasubum. You know, so with me born home na de bia the creative topics at the bow shows near discuss. I think say you are doing very well. Na
akaniaka. I know the account.
Akaniaka ebeba. Na yen share say we artists na bia obi investi e wo mu a. Obehwe niam bebree ana obegina so e de investi e wo mu. O de yemfa team intensity emfa nyemfa to ho. Omo so omo ba ya che. But team no ma build it for so many years. Na last time no mo ye interview no mo kire say omo team na ankasa no omo manager wo. Omo to nyum now. Ebi mo ye adwuma wo bank, ebi mo ye adwuma wo human resources. Like department bia utimi say ebeboa ma omo business no akọ animu no ebi wo ho.
Okay.
International omo no ma build omo ho asie ne Nyankopon ya adoma mo ye yi omo apiama say omo nyuma be ye hita enkofo age wo matumu. Na wo de ye nhwe say obi a wati kumase afi no ye upcoming artist a wo pie eba. Or ye independent artist. Enipa no kofa sika wo yi. Ana gan hanum record label kra hanum kra endru be 30. Nti ebe ye din say bi obi be start music na ebi obedu be 30 years 35 40 ni 40 years kra na edi kra condemn kra say we former artist.
Yeah.
Yen kwa mentality na kire say obi di be 30 40 na je say we ntunu yes we twam. Nti na di obi kra ho mpo na we bia international di obi kra ho na we say de man so we twam. And it's your family before flower de oba and also can be na a queen in the industry.
Okay.
Because ebia young for a year emfato home beyond scenario and almost start to say we releasing yom and yen is up to date. You can biggest artists are more international. Won't mean you be a great. Ain't no I say Ghana Hano no I think say Africa and Casano. We be doing pumpen so no bonyo na we do age be or see a uniform no na just say you do before besia nine. And also can who be na Emma industry no agogo. And you man you ho bonfia. And can you talent ni mu yo. Talent na ewo ho. Nanso no enipa da se ni betimi atena se aka so asumesi nyum de yemfa nko ba ye bosho okura na obi kura hia no so we twam we na ne nyom training ti yemfa ni siso nti ye ho no ye kunkum artist ne andoma chede Nyankopon de ama wo munti no emwo ma obi kura enhye ni nkran se o invest se sika we nye den enhye ni mu.
Okay.
Timi jiri se no so ha ya adwen enti na ma investment be bring nine to me cause artists no mo so a project omo de bem.
Ti ayen ye no me be a said this Samir Rasta kind okay. Derek Money.
No.
Let me feel so say o ma kan ni 19.
Can do ma kan ni na but head den me ko bi man ka bi die. Yes.
Head became
head den was No. Pick kwa ma me fa we romance na yakọ. Say music music and they are calling for logo design submission.
Yeah.
Into a graphic designer. Na
you be kan wasem kakra.
You be kan wasem
kakra.
No. I said Martin. You read the way I creatives no you be position who ye na yet me attract investors. That is one thing I have dreamed within our creative space. Where are the investors? And if the investors come in, how do we protect these investors? One or the other, you made mention, say, case study, Chef Smith. Yeah. Companies are a sponsor, Chef Smith.
What I say, videos be obin so yet dance at tone.
So you see the mentality, we are not serious. That is the reason why it's me attracting investors. Because say the Chef Smith at the any case study. Just imagine the number of companies I sponsor as Chef Smith. Yen yo non su di ensinchen. Yen take care fia santoa singaton. Yen re edusa for speech aton. Yen re Ibrahima longest interview aton
otwa hwe wanya interview name
wanya wi no wanwi
when you dey hospital
dey no hospital
no kwa me here no interview.
Let's imagine all these people companies be a standard ton kibabaton kisaton when you attract sponsors which are walkathon which automatic hangathon we have
so no current
on washathon so dey verify
hangathon say no
hold record no otimi break record no na yen investors or sponsors are call into all these activities. At the end of the day, were they able to make ends meet or to cash out to make profit out of their sponsorship? Almost sponsor all this ton for. So at the end of the day, so when Timmy and break even, and yes, can be and free more, that investor, no, how did the investor gain? Treasure Smith was sent by a throw. No query in an Ukrainian. It's investor no this kako same no ye mi sa wa ha say investor no say sika no diko same no onya so mfa so obi akodi ntro and na creatives e to da it me make space for certain loopholes emebam ekoba ni sana those people no more outside no so more bad the system no more. How are they going to see the creatives and how are they going to push money into the system? Sisi ya ejina ho no so bia be ye ton bibia ton a investor bia ekomu na think twice.
Yeah, of course
Enti that Guinness Book of Records now amount for breaking in Ghana here and it's no more attractive.
Ya say no because sponsors are sponsor mu nyina bra ima ye ne the longest interview marathon or ye ne the sponsors aduan nyina sponsors kenkefo nyina baby at the end of the day omunya den. So creatives, how are we positioning ourselves to attract investors into our activities? Chef Smith dey na kura na o apply no. Just one apply
okofa bisa
code no.
See code no okofa no dey send dey ni so. Everybody nyankopon. Ano dey akoda the investor. Ama wa be sponsor. What's some place? She catfish akese aye hwenuane ono aduane for 802 hours.
She artist mean one artist omo perform ho free.
And then make around investors mind. Ekobane sana say no be hu creatives. This is something that we need to tackle it critically. Yes sir. We will lose investors coming into the system to invest in our creatives. Ye dia
already cry lucky
that na fe ye di name dia grow within our system. How are we going to manage this system if we don't work hard? No was see a kasa ho ya hwe na ye koso ye sa na bedru bibi no say omoba. You know, Ghana, we are very friendly. Your ecosystem no actually accept everything when it comes inside, especially people from the diaspora. Omoba, the way you geomono, into among investors, any foreign companies buy a system too much. We all compare African countries. One of the countries investors A2P in most often Ghana can be. Enti ebanisane, how are we the creative na ye wom no ye position ye hu ye